Right, so this is my Raggly MMMBop. I've just been getting, so I thought I'd give you a little chat about it. I just got this from Chain Reaction. It was 900 quid, which was an absolute steal really. It's got Maxxis tyres on it, a DHR on the back, DHF on the front. They're both the medium compact, which is the Max Terra, so they're both medium compound. It's got a Bomber Z2 fork on it, a Descend Brand X seat post, 150mm. You know, for the money, you just can't beat it. You know, it's got a Shimano 11-speed drivetrain on it, which is absolutely fine as far as I'm concerned. I prefer it to the 12-speed somehow. There's enough gears on it. It's 46 on the back, just for the price of maintaining it, you know, because it's so much cheaper than buying the 12-speed chains and the 12-speed cassette and all the rest of it. So that's pretty good. How they knocked it out for that money. It's got SRAM's new DB8 brakes on, so these are SRAM brakes, but they're the mineral oil version rather than DOT fluid, which most SRAM brakes have always been. But they seem okay. I've had no issues with them at all. I've ridden the bike quite a bit. It's been down here before. It's been down around the Borrowdale Bash. It's really capable bike. You know, I mean, obviously, it's not as confident as aspiring as my SB 150, but it's very, very capable and really nice to ride. It pedals really well as well. I mean, I pedalled up here. It just eats up the miles. It's very, very efficient. I mean, obviously I've got a fat bike, which is a fully rigid bike, and I've got my Brand X carbon bike. But for a mountain bike, it's really efficient pedaling. A really efficient pedaler for, you know, for something with this geometry. I'm really pleased with it. I mean, how Chain Reaction sell them for 900 quid is, you know, when you look at the components on it. I mean, the tyres are 100 quid. The forks are just under 600 quid. The seat post is 100 quid. So I mean, you know, you're looking at, there's 800 quid straight away. So the rest of the bike 100 quid. You know, you just couldn't go wrong for it. They're not at £900 anymore. They've gone up there about 1,020 now at the moment. The price has gone up on them a little bit, but you know, really smart bike, really nice. I bought 3 of them actually for my coaching customers. So I've got a small, medium and a large, so I can rent them to customers who want to do one of my experience days or some coaching. You know, if they were to hire a bike, you know, you can hire a full suspension bike. It's got a dropper seat post. It's really capable bike, but it's like 70 quid. And if you hire a hardtail locally, most of them are fairly, you know, they really are like, you know, 400 quid hardtail with no dropper seat post, rubbish tyres, some sort of like pathetic 100mm coil fork on it, you know. Well, these are really nice, capable bikes. So, you know, someone who's new to mountain biking, they really, you know, are getting to ride a decent bike that's really capable and confidence inspiring, you know. So that's why I bought it anyway. And as I say, I've been riding this one all the time. I don't think the customers are ever going to get a look in. I was doing some coaching the other day and I used it for that as well. Well, the customers use my other 2 MMMBops and I use this one, so really nice to ride. It's a 27.5 wheels on this. It's exactly the same as the steel bike, the geometry, but obviously the MMMBop's the aluminium one. I think it's fairly compliant. It's nowhere near as compliant as a steel bike, but it's a bit lighter than a steel bike, and you probably get better pedal efficiency out of it, because I've never had a steel Raggly, by the way, but I had a steel Kotick Beefy for quite a few years, and you know, when you were standing up pedaling on it, you could feel the whole bike flex underneath you because it was so compliant, which is great for soaking up the chatter on the trail, but it's not so good for your pedaling efficiency. But as I say, although I can't see this moving while I'm pedaling, so it's nowhere near as compliant as the Beefy frame, it doesn't seem too bad. You know, I'm not getting rattled to bits on it in the descents. Under £1,000. I don't know how much a new SB 150 is now, but it's probably 6 or 7 grand, and this certainly isn't oops, that's a fail from me. That was really like a bottle there for going over there. It certainly isn't 7 times worse than the Yeti by a long stretch. You know, it's a super capable bike, very confidence inspiring, really nice to pedal. Obviously you lose a little bit of comfort. I mean, and obviously if it had been a little bit shorter travel, it's a 150mm fork on this. I mean, it's still super, you know, still quite a long fork in comparison to some like a cross-country bike or something. I suppose it's probably the word I'm looking for, as he fucks that up as well. The word he's looking for is this: it's less forgiving. If you get something wrong on my Yeti, the bike can get you out of trouble. Like, you know, if you come into something wrong and you hit some big cobbles or something, the Yeti, like a full suspension bike, well, not just my Yeti but any full suspension bike, will get you out of trouble a little bit. You know, if you come into something too hot and you haven't got enough to get over it, it'll get you out of trouble, while this probably you'll be off. That's all I would say. You know, pick your lines. It came with tubes in it. It had the tubeless valves, came as part of the pack from Chain Reaction, and because they were Maxxis tyres, and the tyres are WTB rims on nuke-proof hubs, the rims were already taped, which was really good. So I just threw some fluids, some sealant in there, and away you go. Tubeless setup in a few minutes for each bike, really. I mean, I did all 3, so it didn't take long. Not like that Planet X bike which I bought, which is I don't know if you've seen the video, but I bought a Planet X Whippet, and they were WTB rims, but they weren't taped, and it had mega shit tyres on it, which weren't tubeless ready like these are, and it was a nightmare setting it up. It took me a whole evening to set up the 2 tyres on it, while this 10 minutes each bike maybe, so really good. So I've got nothing negative to say about it other than I'm really happy with them, and I'm really enjoying riding it. And it's just a nice simple bike. I might sell, well, I don't know if I'll sell my fat bike because it's probably not worth anything, but I certainly think this could be not all year round bike, because at the moment I ride my fat bike in the winter a lot, especially if I'm just going out with my mates on an evening. I'll take that out, but actually I really enjoy riding this. It's really nice to ride. I think it'll be great for my customers, because I think if you've never ridden a mountain bike before and you're new to it, you do one of my experience days. But if you ride this bike, I think you're going to be much more likely to take up mountain biking as a hobby. And let's say if you ride one of these crap hardtails that you can hire from some of the shops, you know, I don't know what they cost them, but probably, you know, 400 quid or something, 400 quid bikes. Well, I mean, these are a nice hardtail. I mean, I paid £900 for them. I think the recommended retail price is about 1,600 and odd. So I mean, it was a really good offer. It was like 40% off. But I mean, they are still available. So I mean, if they can sell them for that price now, I'm sure they can do it again. Not a lot else to say about it really, other than it's a great bike. Go and buy one if you're in need of a hardtail mountain bike and you haven't got deep pockets. Then I would definitely recommend one of these MMMBops from Ragley. Like, it's a super bike. There's a guy who runs a channel called Hardtail Party, and he's reviewed one, although it's a much more trick MMMBop than this. It's got you know, it's one that that somebody has obviously put sort of, you know, more blingy parts on it, but I mean, he really raves about it. He's somebody who rides hardtails all the time, and he really liked the MMMBop, and you know, I don't think he could find much wrong with it really. I mean, I think he really liked how compliant it was, and you know, what a great fun bike it is to ride. As I say, I just, you know, I mean, it's coping with this tech, no bother at all. I mean, it probably looks nothing on the camera, but it isn't hard what I've just done, but you know, a lot of folks on full suspension bikes wouldn't ride that. So I mean, I know this route like the back of my hand, so but they're definitely capable and fun to ride. What else can I say?